How many minutes, how many hours, how many days would constitute, okay, that's enough. I can go on to recreational activity, extracurricular activity, because I bless the Lord enough. Don't you think? Hey, you quit now. I think the Lord understands you bless him. Let me go another way. How do you bless the Lord? What constitutes a blessing to the Lord?
Praise.
Praise?
Keeping his commandments.
Huh?
Keeping his commandments.
I can't hear you.
Keeping his commandments.
Keeping his commandments is a blessing to the Lord. The decisions you make.
Blessing to you.
All right, I like that. How other do you personally bless the Lord?
Spreading the good news.
You gotta speak up for me.
Spreading the good news.
Spreading the good news. What does that mean?
Telling other people about it. Telling other people about him.
Telling other people about him. What do you tell them?
How good he is. How good he is.
He's good. How do you bless him?
Thankful. By praising him, thanking him, living your life.
You just walking around saying things.
Sometimes, yeah.
They call that crazy, don't they?
So, be in the mindset. No.
What's that you mumbling? Blessing in the Lord, 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 blessing in the Lord. Oh, you're one of those kind.
It's not always verbally.
It's not always verbally?
Well, it could be an attitude of thinking, you know.
An attitude?
Yeah, always being mindful of.
Oh, goodness.
What's wrong with you? I got attitude. What attitude you got?
Thanks.
Thankfulness. I'm thinking about the thankfulness of the Lord right now.
Yeah.
He's just been so good.
Yes.
What you looking at? If you know how good he was, you'd be thankful too. An attitude if you want to. I got my attitude of thankfulness.
Yes.
I will bless the Lord at all times. What do you mean? How serious is that? Is that a suggestion? Who's David talking to? Us. He's talking to us. What's David telling us to do? He's not telling us to do anything. He's telling us what he's going to do. You can follow my example if you want to, but as for me, I will bless the Lord at all times. Now everybody's not going to do this. Why wouldn't everybody do this? Everybody's not. But why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't someone bless the Lord at all times?
Because they don't know the benefit of it.
They don't know the benefit? Interesting. I'll take it. Why wouldn't somebody bless the Lord at all times? Why don't you?
They don't believe.
Why don't you bless the Lord at all times?
The distractions.
Because you don't want to be a distraction?
I don't know.
Oh, distractions keep you from blessing him at all times.
Sometimes.
You mean you would actually let something stand between you and blessing the Lord? As good as he's been.
Maybe not intentionally.
Talk back to me. Not intentionally, come on.
But it happens, but that may not be your intention. But it happens.
You mean things, you will allow things to irritate you to the point where the blessing of the Lord is compromised.
It sounds bad, but it happens.
Trying to get through it.
I'm guilty of it.
So what are we going to do about that? That's a problem.
Discipline or something?
That was a question?
that the right answer?
Discipline ourselves. How do you discipline yourself, dear?
I don't know, can you tell us?
You thought I was kidding when I said question. Pastor, I'm having difficulty disciplining myself. How do I?
He's always good.
It just got real. Sounds good. Psalm 34. I will bless the Lord demonstratively at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Why? Because what?
Because he deserves it.
He deserves it. See, now you take it to another level. No, that's good. You're getting all deep and you want to be quiet?
He's worthy of
It's not just what he's done, it's what he deserves. According to Sister D. No, just listen, you're giving the depth of input that we're looking for. This ain't no Sunday school. This is life. This is life lived out loud. Our life should look like a praise. Our life, to the casual observer, should be a statement of love and adoration. In everything that we do, and everything, you know, we pray, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Why is that such a tough thing to do when God's been so good? Isn't it nice to be nice? Isn't it easier to be nice to nice people? Don't get me wrong. People that are not nice, it's hard. It takes effort to be nice to a person that is not nice. But the nicer a person is to you, it's easy to be nice to them. Isn't that just natural? How nice or good has God been?
Very good and nice.
Very?
Extremely.
So retrospectively, he deserves treatment that is on par with the treatment that freely we receive, right? Does he forget about us? Can we forget about him? We do. Does he remember us? Can we remember him? Easily. My sister said she was in Florida driving around, got lost, didn't know what to do. And the kids said, pray. Do people have to remind us? I mean, pray, talk to God. I mean, isn't that something that is just normal for us? Does God talk to us? Does God remind us? Does God speak to us? We get caught up and tied up and tangled up in other things, and we get pulled, and not only do we not make time, because our time is given to, our time is so spread out. Our time is so spread out that we get a little punchy. We get a little annoyed, you know. We get a little frazzled because our time is spread out. And we hope to have so little time for ourselves. As soon as we have any window for some me time, we jump at it, don't we? Are y'all being quiet because you got a different answer, or are you being quiet because you feel guilty?
Guilty.
I'm not saying that going to the movies is wrong. I mean, if all of your week has been filled with other people pulling at you and asking you and needing you and requesting of you and pulling at your time, it's not wrong to want to fill in some little 2-hour time of just sitting back and relaxing and chilling and settling your nerves. But where is the Lord in our agenda? Are we remembering now our Creator in the days of our youth? For some of us. Some of you young, some of you amen. While the evil days draw nigh, when you say I have no pleasure in them, are you so done with the club that it's time to go to church? Yikes. Like what used to entertain you, you can't do anymore. You can't, your knees won't allow your back. You can't do some of the stuff you used to do when you were young, so what's left? Go to church. Is going to church simply part of your exit strategy? Well, after I've had all my fun, I want to get to heaven now. So let me try to turn down the fun and turn on the praise. Let me turn off Metallica and turn on. Let me turn away from this genre of music that I used to be really that I have a collection of, and get into this genre of music that praises God. Talk to me. What is it?
It's not Metallica anymore.
Last couple sentences we were talking about women and demons. To see the impact that demons have had on humankind, specifically womankind, because as we were reading and going through some scriptures, we saw that strategically the serpent didn't target the man. The serpent targeted the woman. And as a result of targeting the woman, God said that he's going to put an enmity between the woman and the serpent. Not the man and the serpent. The woman and the serpent. And it would be so deep, it would be the woman and the woman's seed. And the woman's seed would bruise the head of the serpent. And the head of the serpent would bruise the head, would bruise the heel of the seed of the woman. That speaks a lot about the purpose of spiritual warfare. Mm-hmm. Spiritual warfare starts with a woman. Well, but the man is a priest of the house. He is. He's the warrior. He's the priest. Well, the woman and her seed do the fighting because of the enmity that God put there. And God put it there for a reason, because it's the serpent's plan that opened the door to sin, that caused separation between the relationship between God and the man. plan in his head. He's going to create a perfect, utopian-like existence. In the beginning, God created the heavens, plural, and the earth, singular. That means there are more heavens than there are earths. And in all of that creation, when creating the earth, he looked at it and said that it was good. Everything that he did on the earth was good. Not only was it good, but it was relative. You can look at the creation on the earth. You can still do it today. You can look at creation. You can go to the park and say how great thou art. He must be great because he made this. There are things in nature, everywhere in nature, that shows that it was intelligent by design. In engineering, they call it the golden ratio. If you look at a flower, how many petals are on a flower? Every flower follows the golden ratio about how many petals are on it. Every flower does. Not every daisy or every sunflower, every flower follows the golden ratio about how many petals it contains, how many seeds it contains. The shape of a seashell, the way that it spirals in nature, it expands in a direct 1 to 1.6 ratio. It follows the golden ratio. When you play She Loves Me and She Loves Me Not, you're picking the petals off of a flower that follows something called a Fibonacci sequence. It is mathematically the same every single time with every single flower. How can that be? How can there be a pattern? How can your ear follow the same ratio as a seashell? The spiral of your ear. How can the height, the distance between your head and your belly button be 1, and the distance between your belly button and the floor be 1.6? I'm not talking about short people or tall people. I'm talking about every people. How's that possible? How's it possible for the distance between your shoulder and your elbow to your fingers be 1 to 1.6? For everybody. That's intelligent design. Not only did God know what he was doing, but he had a plan in what he was doing. And what he did follows a plan. What God did in creation follows a plan. What God did in creation follows a recipe, a format. It's mathematically understandable because it follows a pattern. More has been understood in that pattern, in that Fibonacci sequence. Leonardo da Vinci just exploited in everything that he did. It shows up in more music, more art forms. The basic pattern for creation. It's a ratio 1 to 1.6. And everything that he did follows this pattern. Everything that God did, everything that God created. And God called it good. Somebody says God called it good. Funny thing. After he created everything, it would seem like things started